Hello everyone, it's Melissa from Melissa's Manis and More. It has been a hot minute since I have been here, and today we are going to do basics. We're going to go back, and I hope to start a new playlist for just tutorial kind of things. And as you can see, I have started a little bit without you all. So I wanted to see if this was a good set to work with on applying solids without wrinkles. It is something that takes a little bit of practice. It's something that a lot of folks struggle with, and so I thought, why not let's take a day and just take a few minutes, because it won't take long, and just do a little bit of tips and tricks on applying some solids. So this is a beautiful red. This is Bejing Beauty. It's part of their line that's been around forever. It is a beautiful red. You can see my fingernail broke today, so while I got the strips out and was going to see if it was a good set to work with, because we all know that sometimes you get a set that's really sticky and they're not a good set to work with, to show somebody how to apply solids, you know, because they're sticking to your fingers. And so I thought, I'm gonna open it first and put it on my finger or two to see if it works well. So this is a good set, so a good set to hold on to and work with. So without further ado, so I like to hold my strips in my hand when I work with them. I really don't like to use the anchor method. I know a lot of people do, and that's cool. And you might be able to use some of these tips even using the anchor method. So I can use either one of these for my pinky. This one I have to stretch if I'm gonna use it. So if it's a design, I don't normally use this one, because you know, you stretch the design, it doesn't really look so cool. This one is a tad big, but I'll show you that if it's big, I can on the small end, of course, I can take it and stretch the length a little bit, and hopefully without breaking it, get the length stretched out, and usually don't have, if any, very little cleanup. That's one of the things that I love about stretching the strip. Now, sometimes do I break them? Yeah. Is it the end of the world? Nah. I like to hold the strips in my hand like this. This is usually the middle is where I like to hold it. I just come in here at the back like this. I like to sit it down, look at it where I'm going to put it. I'm going to start for right in the front of the cuticle. I'm going to tap it down with my thumb. Once I've got, is that where I want it? Yeah, that's where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some firm pressure there. And then I'm going to take, my fingers already stuck to it, so I usually use that pressure. Is what I use to pull. You can see that I'm stretching that strip a good bit. It's got that length. It's lengthening out now. It's going to come out and go over the end of my finger. And you can see that it's stretched. And then I come in and rub this down. Use the heat of your fingers, also works really well. This strip would have swallowed my finger whole if I would have put it on there without stretching it. Then I come in here from the side, making sure I'm still in frame. Come in here from the side, and I like to give the ends that last little squeeze at the end before I turn it over. And on one more down the front there. So this is just kind of how I do it. It keeps from getting those puckers, so you've got a nice application there on the pinky. And I'll show you, I'll do one using the other strip, and I'll show you how I can stretch that strip, the other one, with the smaller size. So that's with the larger size, and just lengthening out that strip. And then with the smaller one, if I'm going to use this one, what I have to do is take it off, or yeah, I usually take it off and turn it around and lay it on here. And See, I want to make sure that this side looks pretty good. These little things drive me crazy. Normally I wouldn't worry about it if I'm not going to use this end, but seeing as this is going to be the end I want to use, I want them to look pretty decent. They drive me nuts. It seems like they never come off clean anymore. I don't know what's going on, but it does drive me crazy. Okay, so I usually lay it like this, take my fingers, and just, I give it a good wiggle. It really doesn't affect my size until it starts getting down to where the growth of my nail is. So much like down here where my nail grows out, that's where it will short me. Is like once it gets started down in here. Not so much back here, but down here. So that's where I want to make sure I get that. So I still might not have got it far enough, but we'll see. If not, it's no tragic loss or anything. So again, I'm going to come in with this one. I'll come right in front and look and see where I want it. And, oops, crooked. Don't want that. Got my hand on this thing. It's moving around down here. Okay, let's see. Well, obviously my finger and my fingers are not always straight, guys. So that always makes it a little bit more hard when your fingers are not exactly straight. Okay, so I'm already tapped it down. So I'm going to give it that. I'm not going to stretch this one quite as much. I want enough stretch out of it so that I'm going to not get wrinkles, but I don't want to lengthen it so much to make it so skinny that, you know, I don't get that length out of it. So there you go. I'm going to smooth that down. That little stretch just gives it what you need to my parent frame. Make sure I am. And we're going to take it off. You don't have to do it with your thumbnail. You can file. Use a file if you want to. Sometimes I use a file. Sometimes I use my fingernail. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for. But you can use either one. This nail just, today, like it just, I'm almost in the mood to cut them all off and start fresh, just over with no nails. I'm almost in the mood to have like just short nails. So by Christmas time, if not before, I will be back to like here, starting over. I'm just to that, almost to that point. So, okay, let's see. Get in there. Get in there, get in there. Okay, so let's go. This is the middle finger. Let's see, take this off. Here we go. So don't be afraid of solids. They are not as bad as you would think. So if you've got a strip that you can handle nice like this one, good, and has enough stick to it, but it's not gonna stick all over you. You know, you can handle it like this right here. You got a good one. This is how all the old strips were. Some of those now are just so goopy. So I'm gonna sit it down right in front of my cuticle. Give it a little tap. Let's see if it looks like where I want it. Okay. Got that a little bit in front of where I have to pick my finger up and move it. My nail's a little bit long. So, again, I'm going to come back here, get this. My ears are so stopped up. I'm sorry if I sound to myself like I'm scuba diving. So I've had an ear infection and been under the weather. So I feel like I've not been with you guys in forever. So sorry I have been MIA. So there we go. And for me, I'm a one coat girl unless just desperately wanting a darker shade. I like one coat with OPI plumping coat. No matter how many half full bottles I have over here that are thick, I keep going back to OPI no matter, because I use them for glue for whenever I'm going to stick something down, as it makes the best glue ever. But, you know, that's the way I am. I love just one coat. It wears well for me. One coat does, and I don't seem to need more than that. So I just have always been that way. One's good for me. So looking again back here to see where I'm setting it down. Go. And stretch. Looks like a mess, doesn't it, right now? You can always practice. Get some twosies out and practice. I know I was tickled to death when one of my subscribers, Lorna, told me that she had never stretched a strip until she started watching my channel. And I was like, oh, it made me feel so good. Made me feel so good. And I was like, yes, it's the trick. It is the trick on getting a smooth application on your solids. Any of them really, but especially solids, because a lot of folks are afraid of a solid. And this is like, it works. It really does work. And I love solids, and I tell everybody I'm a solid girl living in a glitter world. Everybody loves glitters, and so when you love them, you have to learn to put them on, because if you don't, then you're in trouble. So anyway, but if you're here and are here all the time, I'm so glad you're back. If you're new here, welcome. And I think I'm at 99 subscribers. I'm like so close to 100. I can't wait to hit that 100. And I know that there are people that watch that aren't subscribed. So if you are watching on a regular basis and you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you would. So that would be great. But yeah, if you know anybody that would like the channel, yeah, let's send them a link. The more the merrier. So, going to try to do more things like this. I'm going to do a braid tutorial and a few things like that coming up. So, and the stretch is the same on, it doesn't matter really how long your nail is or if you have a nail. You know, if you have growth or not, it's not going to matter. You can stretch it regardless of whether you have length on your nail or not. Does not matter. Making sure I'm still in frame, because I'm so bad to get out of frame. So bad. So bad. So bad. So you can see these are all nice and smooth. So these have got a little bit underneath. I will file off here in a little while. Just let them all chill there for a little bit, and then I'll get them with the file after they cure. So, yeah, everybody's been sick here. Well, my husband hasn't been sick, but I've been sick for about, 3 weeks. And then my youngest granddaughter and I had it first, and then my daughter's got COVID now, and then it's been terrible. It's not even winter. I keep thinking, my gosh, we're all getting sick and it's not even winter yet. It's like, this must be going to be a bad winter, or else everybody's just getting sick early. I don't know. Maybe it's just going to take it really hard on us right now and pass us by. So there you go. There's the stretch. That last little fold over. That's maybe the little trick. It's just that last little pull it together there at the end. I hope I wasn't out of frame. Keep sliding over. I keep sliding. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Though, just kidding. Oh, if y'all hear dogs, I'm just saying, I think all the delivery people have already delivered packages today, but if at any moment y'all hear random dogs go crazy, they're mine. Journey is over there. I think no, she's not in her recliner. I'm not sure where she's at right this moment. They're usually all in here hanging out in my office with me. They must all be in the living room, just waiting for something to happen. So they can go crazy. So, okay. That looks wild, doesn't it? But Melissa, what are you doing? Well, hoping not to stretch this. If I'm going to break one, it's usually on my thumb. Because I try really hard not to have cleanup on my thumb. So I tend to get really not careless, but I tend to overdo, so that if I'm going to break it, it's usually here. It's usually on my thumb. So, no, I made it without breaking it. So, trying not to. So I will have a photo up of this. I don't know if it'll be the thumbnail, but it will be either probably after it plays, I guess. Go. Last one, guys. I hope that you all have learned something, a trick or something that will help you with your solids. And if you have, let me know. Or if you're going to try this stretching trick, let me know. Or if you do use it, if you use the stretching trick, let me know. Because somebody taught me how to do it, and once they did, I was just like, oh my gosh, that is like, I'm sold. You know, I was just like, wow, what a difference that makes. That's a lot easier. That is a lot easier than what I was doing. So this one, my thumb is always, it's a different size than my other one. So, you know, we're not the same on both sides. So I always have cleanup on one of them. So it's this one. No matter how I do it, I always have some. So don't want to try to be too crazy. I have to fix myself some lunch. My stomach's growling. I hope y'all don't hear it. All right. Trying to get better at working. I work with my non-dominant hand a lot, so I have gotten better, but where I've not done my nails in a while, I can definitely tell that my dexterity has suffered a little bit. And I have to get back in here and back at it. Back at it. Okay. I will use the file on this one since I don't want to mess it up. So, and I will spare you all that have been here long enough to know about Old Faithful, my file that looks like it was drug out of a cave somewhere. This one don't look much better, but sorry, sniff, sniff. All right. There we go. So red nails, aside from that one that wants to ruin my life there, yeah, and one little spot right here. That will go right down into my cuticle though. Yeah. All right, I'll clean that up. But yeah, other than that one little spot right there. But yeah, so that is the method for that I use to put solids on. So I hope that you learned something. Let me know, and I will see you all next time. Have a great day. It is November the 8th. today. So I will see you next time. Bye, guys.